I would like to turn it over to Jack, Molly, and Kelly to tell you more. Thank you. Actually, I have the second slide here. They're not going to like this very much, but that's this is each of them on their launch day. We go to Boston for the launch day each year, and they actually do service work as part of their launch day. So that's them on each of their launch days. You can leave that up for a minute, I think.
You don't need to. Okay, yeah, skip it quickly.
So to begin the ambassador journey, it all starts in January on launch day, where ambassadors are first assigned to their service hero teams and are all led by service hero team leaders. And my team leader is Jack. And so from there on, we're invited to serve in 3 different service projects throughout the year, including spring service, 9/11 tribute service, and fall service. As ambassadors, it's our duty to execute and organize these projects throughout the year. And from the first project that I've organized was spring service in support of Cradles to Crayons. And through that, I learned countless leadership skills from my alumni and my mentors in the community.
So isn't Kelly amazing? This is why we selected her as one of our ambassadors this year. We love her so much in Project 351. But as she touched on in that, we, and as Mr. Duffney touched on as well, Project 351 is oriented around serving the population of Massachusetts, our Commonwealth, through youth leadership and utilizing our amazing students of the state. So here we have an image of Kelly leading her amazingly successful spring service right over to your left. Spring service is served with an organization called Cradles to Crayons. It is all of the ambassadors, the 8th graders, first project that they will do in the organization, where they will collect clothing to donate to children like them all across the state who may not have access to clothing in their daily lives. Cradles to Crayons has amazing missions and ideologies behind their service, with their motto, quality equals dignity, to bring respect to all the children of Massachusetts. And as well, this image right in the center that you see is actually from our reunion event, which we just held this past Saturday. Project 351, as Kelly also touched on, it is oriented as it has a starting launch day in January after the students are selected, and then they will lead their spring service quality clothing event, and then they will have their reunion event where everyone gathers once again to serve together at Gillette Stadium, where we held it this year. And there was 9 different service organizations that we employed and worked with alongside on reunion this past Saturday, and that's just an image of some of the work that we did that day. And also, Kelly will be leading 2 more service projects this year as part of the ambassador journey, one with the Massachusetts Military Heroes Fund to provide troops with needs and accommodations that they may not have when they're serving overseas, such as like toothbrushes, gum, instant drink packages, and as well to serve on a more local standpoint, she will be serving for fall service, which is a food drive with the Sandwich Food Pantry, and usually we base it around our school. We collect all sorts of canned goods that we can donate to the Sandwich Food Pantry, and that really concludes the ambassador's year of service and teaches them so many valuable lessons of leadership, and we're so thankful that we get to serve all these communities in Massachusetts. And then our service impact here, this is just something we wanted to quickly touch on together, this image is actually from our reunion just this past Saturday, as I said again, and those numbers that you can see there are numbers of how many people we have impacted. So just this past Saturday, we employed about 600 young people to do service projects at Gillette Stadium, and overall we affected 5,000 different people around Massachusetts. The image in the center, as I said, spring service is a clothing drive that the ambassadors lead all across the state every year. In total, because of that, spring service affected 29,000 young people and kids around Massachusetts with the clothing that they needed. And then finally, the number right there is 54,290, which is the number of total people that have been served through Project 351 in the past year, which is absolutely incredible. And I believe since its founding in 2011, we have served 500,000 people in Massachusetts.
And just to add on to that really quickly, we are now the largest youth-led service in the entire nation as of reunion, because we hit that 500,000 mark, and that's just based off of our spring service, so that's not even taking into account what we do with the Massachusetts Military Heroes Fund or fall service, which I'm sure is like an even greater number. But yeah, just with our spring service, we are the largest youth-led service in the nation now, which is really awesome. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our alumni community. So Project 51 is so successful because we have this really great resource of our alumni community. It's broken into 3 groups: the Regional Unity Corps, the Alumni Mentoring Corps, and the seniors. So the seniors are focused a lot on the actual organization itself, more of like, where can I pitch in to help with finances, just like the flow of things. I will be a senior next year, which is really sad. So I will be able to see that side of things, which is something we've never really got to see and is a really unique role that the seniors play. And then me and Jack are both Alumni Mentoring Corps, and Kelly kind of touched on this. We lead a group of 8th graders from across the state in their year-long journey of being an ambassador. So we're basically mentors to them through our service hero groups, and every single alumni is given a specific service hero. So mine is Lady Gaga, Jack's is Eunice Kennedy Shriver, and obviously these people are very different, but they both stand for one of the pillars of Project 51. So Lady Gaga's focuses on kindness and acceptance. Eunice Kennedy Shriver's does too, but more of like diversity and inclusion.
Yes.
So that's really a really cool, unique way to connect with your ambassadors as well, because that's kind of the first thing you do is talk about, why is Lady Gaga important? Why are we honoring these people? And it's a really great way that we're able to connect with them. And then the Regional Unity Corps is a really great resource that is very new and unique to Project 51. We started it 2 years ago, or last year? Last year. And me and Jack were both on that last year. That was really cool because we kind of took a direct lens into Sandwich and the community itself, specifically on the Cape, as we are the last region, Region 15. So every single region in the state is broken up so that we can better impact every single section as a whole. And the Regional Unity Corps basically works to help the ambassadors at a local level as well, and not just kind of, because in our groups, I know Jack can attest to this too, it's really hard because they're all from different parts of the state to kind of come together and work together all the time, and answering emails and texts can be really difficult, especially as an 8th grader. So this is a really great resource for the ambassadors to be able to get involved. Something that we're doing this year, working with the Regional Unity Corps, is focusing on a larger 9/11 service, kind of Cape-led. The past 3 years, we have done 9/11 service at the larger Stop and Shop just around the corner, and we've had so much success with that. We've raised over $1,000 every single year, and we're able to do a ton with that, and we really want to get more RUC, AMC, and ambassadors a part of that, so that's something that we're looking forward to this summer. So this is the last slide, and then we can take like questions or anything, I guess. But basically the future of Project 51 in Sandwich. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Playbook Initiative, which was brand new this year. So Project 51 came to all of their juniors and seniors, which is around 150, I would say. And they chose 14 alumni. We had to go through this really crazy application process to be a Playbook ambassador. So Sandwich and myself was lucky enough to be chosen as an ambassador for the Playbook Initiative. And basically what that is a few years ago, the Celtics in their Shamrock Foundation, they created something called the Playbook, where they went around to different schools in Massachusetts with the players, and they talked about diversity and inclusion and how to face issues that middle schoolers see every day and they don't always know how to deal with them. A lot of them focused around race, gender and sexuality, disability, and just like those types of issues. We were lucky enough to have a, I guess you could call it like a workshop at Sandwich a couple months ago, where I got to lead a group of middle schoolers in a discussion about how to deal with these important issues that all of them face throughout the school day, throughout the year, and that was really cool to see kind of the insight into STEM and the problems that we really do face, and how Project 51 can not only tackle issues of kindness and acceptance and inclusion through service, but also through more leadership and more active ways like these workshops. So it was a really valuable experience to see in the eyes of Playbook, and the group of 30 middle schoolers got to go to a Celtic celebration and further training, which was really cool to see just kind of the relationship between the Celtics and the Project 51 and the larger impact we were able to create. Project 51 is also offering internships for high school students now. Me and Jack will be eligible to apply soon, so that's definitely an option of something that is really important to the future of Project 51, being able to directly be involved and make decisions on the service and the programs that we are taking part in throughout the year. And I think
that would conclude it, definitely. Can I, one of the
And
things-
just really quickly, just want to say thank you to Mr. Duffany and Mrs. Morris. They have been two teachers who have definitely been with us since the beginning, especially Mr. Duffany has put in a lot of work into Project 51. He's mentored all of us through all of Project 51, and especially through the Playbook Initiative, which was really amazing. And Mrs. Morris has been a bus chaperone for the past couple of years as well, and I know that they both really love attending the events, and it's extremely helpful to us. I think that we definitely succeed so much in the program because of Mr. Duffany and Mrs. Morris's belief in us that we're able to do it, which is really amazing. So, yeah.
One of the things that I want to make sure everyone knows too is that they're unbelievable students, but they come from people that also do a lot of this service stuff themselves. Jack Burgess, some of you may know his mom, Jeannie Burgess, who happens to be here too. She does a lot of volunteering in our schools, working with our staff on wellness. Pam Broder, who also an alumnus of Whitman Hanson in the house, just so we know. You know, we represent pretty well here in Sandwich. That's all I've got to say. But Pam is a pastor in the local church and does a lot of work in this town for service and volunteering. And Molly's mom, Lisa, works for the schools and also does a lot of work with our kids. So they come from stock that believes strongly in this, and I think that's most important. And besides the fact that they speak so unbelievably well that I could never have done in high school, so I applaud them all. But anyway, I wanted to turn it back. If there's any questions you guys have.
Gary?
I just want to compliment, Jack, you know I adore you, but Molly, I remember when you were chosen for Project 351 and how overwhelmed you were and thinking, oh, can I do this? And to see your growth over the 3 years, you should be very proud of yourself. And I can't wait to see how you grow over the next few years.
Very well done. Thank you.
I think people talk a lot about Blue Knight pride around here. You guys definitely exemplify
Yes.
it, and you should be incredibly proud of everything you guys are achieved and are working for. So, round of applause to you guys. So.
Well done. Keep up the good work. All right,
Thank you so
for
much for
coming.
your
We
time
appreciate it.
tonight.
Good luck on your exams tomorrow.